Howdy fine folks out there in YouTube land, back again. I'm going to review the Penguin and Penguin SC vapes, my personal favorite. But I had an interesting question posed to me yesterday. You see I'm smoking back behind me, you know. But anyway, a lady named Kim asked, I heard the coils burn after 2 days and they leak from the bottom. Is that true? So let's talk about it. The coils, number one, are ceramic coils. Very interesting little fellows down here. They go into the bottom of the tank, and they look like this. Now, as you can see, they're gross and gooey, and it's mostly covered in the juice that I've got. But you can rinse them off. You can let them dry out and put them back if you don't like the way it looks. It's not that big of a deal. So, the coil's burning. Now, when my daughter first got hers, which is the regular Penguin, she was having issues. She kept burning the coils. She went to the Gap, the vape shop, and she said, "What's going on?" Now his thought behind it was because she was using cotton candy juice, which has a lot of sugar in it, and he thought maybe the sugar content was causing the coils to burn easily. Now, I don't know, really. Kid's gross, man. But anyway, he's grown. He's a grown kid. But anyway, he thought it was the sugar burning the coil. And I don't know if that's what it was, because I was using a juice called Sugar Bear, which I really, really like, that you can really taste the sugar in it, and it has a lot of sugar going on with it. So, I personally don't think it was the sugar content. I think it was the density of the juice. Some juices are just really thin, and certain coils will burn right through them, or they'll burn right through the coils. And some juice is really, really thick. I've got a juice in one of mine that I've had in there over a month. I vape it a little bit every day, and I'm still not out of it. And this one is called Pina Colada. It's a Rolling Fog house blend. I can't seem to vape all the way through that one. I haven't burned the coil in that one ever, and I've had it in there over a month. So I think, I think it's the density of the juice. That's a really thick juice. I vape it very slowly, so it's not something I burn through. The cotton candy, which actually tastes wonderful, burns these coils relatively quickly if you hit it too hard. So, and it might have also been that she wasn't priming the coil right. And to prime the coil, you can just cover the air vent hole, which is right there. And you just do that a few times, and it'll prime the coil for you. Yummy. But, okay, so that's covering the coils. Let's talk about the leaking part. So, they do leak from around the coils. This one's not got very much on it right now, but I just wiped it off. But they do leak quite often around the coils, and it's generally not enough to really bother me. It's annoying, so I had to figure out something to do with it, but it did not enough for me to stop wanting to use it. And as you can see, some juice does get down in there, and I think it's also, mine doesn't do it, but hers does. These little vent holes at the bottom here, there's 3 little vents. Sometimes she gets leakage from the bottom of her vape, from the vents. And I think maybe if you pull this out a little bit, there's a little opening in there, and I think maybe the juice from the bottom of this is just seeping down into that. And it doesn't seem to be harmful, just annoying. And it's usually only enough juice on there that you just need to blot it with a paper towel, and that just takes care of it. So one of my solutions with the ones I'm not using is I just put a piece of paper towel down in there, and as you can see, as long as the paper towel's in there, these stay pretty clean. But the paper towel catches some juice, and I change that about once a week, and it looks like it needs to be changed again. So it's not super bad. It can be annoying, like I said, but it doesn't bother me. It's not enough for me to stop using my Penguin. I like it. And for the inexpense of it, it's a very cheap mod, very easy to use. You can switch these in and out, and you can use, like I said, I've got 4 that I use. She's got 3 that she uses. They're very inexpensive. You can switch them anytime you want to. The tanks cost about $4. The coils cost about $4. So for $8 you have a whole another vape pretty much. They charge pretty quickly too. Also, I do want to say that just about every single vape leaks from somewhere. This one does it a little more than most, I think, but again, not bad enough for me to be bothered with. These are the Vape Pen 22s. They like to leak from around the seal here. And you see we got these little bands that are to keep from breaking the glass in case you knock it over. And we just pulled the band up a little bit higher. Excuse me. I'm being all sorts of sexy tonight. But anyway, we just pull the bands up to cover that seal, and they don't leak with those around them. So it's not that big of a deal. Also, you know, I just want to say one other thing I think about these. Adding juice to them can be a little bit different than adding juice from a top loader or to a bottom loader glass, where you can just stick the little tip inside, little tap. Where'd they go? I'll show you. Oh, sorry. This one fits into the bottom. It goes directly into the hole. You can just fill it up that way. It's super easy. These bigger ones don't fit in there. It does not connect with the tip, so you're kind of just shooting blind in there. Now, you can always fill up a shot glass and use a dropper. I wouldn't fill a shot glass all the way up, but you can fill a little glass or something up with a little bit, and then you can just use the dropper, and that's fine. Or you can use the pin system that I use. I just took a pin completely apart, and I stuck this down in the hole and put the juice in there. And I was careful, because if you overfill this pin and you're waiting for it to get all the way down into the tank, you might make a hell of a mess. So be careful with how much you put in there if you're going to use a pin. Which I don't really use it very much. I do prefer just to buy juices with droppers, but obviously not all juices come with droppers. This is my favorite, by the way, crack pie. My boy down at Celtic Vapes hooks me up. If he can find it, it's not something he can easily find most of the time. And I've been trying this Space Jam Halo Milk. Not the hugest fan. It's not bad, but it's not my favorite. I like the Sugar Bear and I like the crack pie. The Sugar Bear is by Cottonwood, I believe. That's what it's called. So, yes, the coils can burn. Usually it's user error. Or in my case, it's always been user error. But I don't have a whole lot of trouble with the coils, although I can see why you could, especially with certain juices. They do leak, perhaps more than other vapes, but generally not super bad in my opinion. Paper towel takes care of the issue most of the time. And like I said, you get a pretty good vape cloud out of a very expensive little vape. It's not super strong. It's better than a pen by far. Not choking like a big, huge mad mod would be. Mad mod. Huge mod, you know. So, I mean, it's a perfect little vape. Usually it looks better on camera. But it's not bad. It's a pretty good vape. I like it. Even with the little leaks, sometimes, you know, you just have to deal. Because like I said, pretty much all vapes leak from somewhere. Anyway, I'll be back next time I get a vape or a vaping video or something I can think of to do. And if not, I have like a weight loss thing I'm doing here on the same channel. I'm keeping everything in mind on the same. So if you're interested in how I'm losing weight, so far down 60 pounds in 5 months, safe, healthy, I ain't even working out. So if you're interested in that, you can check out my videos on that. If you like this video, please hit like. If you didn't, be nice. Subscribe if you want to see more of my weirdness. And talk to y'all later. Much love.